On Marketing Monday, we are off to a good start, getting our week ready to go, talking about marketing, entrepreneurship. Today, we're going to be talking about the difference, of course, between advertising and marketing and PR. They are not all of them the same thing, and they play different roles in the activities and plans that we make for ourselves. So as I'm talking to you, it is coming to the end of 2022. We're all getting ready for 2023. And I hope that one of the things that you are doing is sitting down and thinking about what you're going to do in the coming year. What are you going to do? Do it with intention. What plans do you have? What groups will you join? How are you going to submit articles or be a public speaker? How are you going to launch a podcast or a video channel? All of those kinds of things are what we want to think about. And when we're thinking about those things, we want to think about whether or not we're going to be advertising or doing PR or traditional sort of marketing. So let's talk about those. I have got my latte all ready to go. Give it a taste. That's tasty. That's a good choice. All right. So first I'll say to Nympha, hi, thanks very much for joining me for Marketing Monday. It's nice to have you here. So let's talk about advertising versus marketing versus PR. What is the difference and which one does your mediation practice need to have? So I think first it's important to understand the nuances between each of these things. So we want to first think about marketing. It's not just marketing. Marketing is kind of the umbrella term. So marketing is marketing itself, but it's also advertising and public relations. And it is really important to building a successful ADR practice. And what we want to do is to develop our marketing or our advertising or our PR campaigns to all work together. We want to enhance our practice brand awareness and therefore your ADR services and how busy you are. And I think that public relations in particular can really help almost any ADR practice to establish and improve a reputation, credibility, or authority, which is oh so important in the work that we do as business people to build a successful ADR practice. And I think that it's pretty easy to get advertising and marketing confused, especially for those of us who are really trying to juggle mediating, arbitrating, running our business, and doing all of our marketing. It just becomes a little bit overwhelming. So let's simplify things just a little bit. Marketing and advertising and public relations, although they are similar, they really are different disciplines. And we use each of them differently. Once we've identified who our primary, secondary, or tertiary target markets are, then you'll have a better idea about which one of these practices to use in building your mediation or arbitration business. Marketing describes how a neutral can make a potential client aware of their services. That's just it, sort of in a basic nutshell. There are lots of different approaches to marketing. And again, it could be considered sort of the umbrella term for everything that we're talking about today. But really, it is, in my opinion, the advertising campaigns that can appear in almost any medium. So it is podcasting, it's video channels, it is being on social media. It could be the advertising that you have available in your local periodical, the association or organization's periodical. It could be lots of different things, but that's advertising. PR describes your practice and cultivates relationships between your practice and your prospective clients. So PR generally hinges on earned media coverage. So that's going to be things like creating relationships with an association or organization and then publishing your article on their site as well as your own, and on your social media, it's on their social media. It is being the public speaker at an event or an online program, and they publish it on their website, their social media, and you publish it on your website, your social media. But PR is a little bit different. PR is leveraging a relationship with another organization, association, periodical, etc., and you get the marketing VIG for it. So although I think that marketing generally does encompass a wide variety of business practices and goals, the most basic definition, which is from Merriam-Webster dictionary, is, quote, the activities that are involved in making people aware of a company's products, making sure that the products are available to be bought, etc. Now, of course, in our case, we're talking about services and not a product. So a product, all of this conversation that follows could be a product if you are a mediation trainer. So if you're training someone up to be a mediator, then that's considered a product. But for our practices, it's a service, and services and products are entirely different. And on a side note, pardon my tangent, some clients say, oh, I just read this great marketing book. And it's not always the right marketing book. When you're reading marketing books or blogs, or you're subscribing to periodicals, etc., be sure that the content that you're reading is specifically for service development and not product placement, product advertising, product marketing. These are totally different things, and you want to be sure that you're focused on the service end of the thing. So that was sorry about the tangent. All right, so different types of marketing to think about are, one is content marketing. And you'll hear a lot about this if you belong to any number of marketing blogs where you're looking at marketing videos on YouTube. And content marketing is a strategic marketing approach that is focused on the creation and distribution of valuable, relevant, and consistent content. So this is the kind of marketing approach that you would want to sit down now and think about what kind of content you're going to be putting out for 2023. Think about what your primary target, secondary target market, tertiary target market, what do they want from you? What kind of content do they want from that? And then you map that out. Is it articles? Is it speeches? Is it a little bit of both? Is it a podcast? Is it networking? All of those kinds of things, right? So you map that out. Now, there's also social media marketing. Social media marketing, that's when you're using social media channels like LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or Instagram. You pick the platform that works best for your prospective clients. And of course but you are secondary in that equation. And so there's social media marketing. I get questions a lot about whether or not we should advertise our services on social media platforms. Like, should I pay for Google Ads is a question I get a lot. Should I pay for an ad on LinkedIn? That's another one that I get, or Facebook. I think that for most of us, that's not the right answer. In fact, I very rarely recommend that you do. The exception is going to be if you have in your mediation rooms unrepresented clients, so just sort of the general public, then you might think about a Facebook ad or a Google ad. But most of us handle represented clients, and that's why the other kind of PR and outreach works better for us. So the other exception would be, let me think, another exception would be if, for example, again, you have a training or you are representing in some way, shape, or form an organization or association, and you want to advertise an event or a conference or membership or membership benefits. Or maybe you are on a larger roster, you're one member on a roster. In that case, the roster can get paid advertising spots on LinkedIn or any of the other platforms, Google, etc. And that's when paid adverts on social media tend to work. But for most of us, single practitioners, it's not recommended. Then there's digital marketing. Digital marketing is a category that sort of envelops all online marketing efforts. So that's going to be social media, that's going to be inbound marketing, content marketing strategies, all of the various marketing campaigns that we would run on for email, websites, etc. Then traditional marketing. And traditional marketing is kind of the direct opposite of digital marketing. So traditional marketing describes marketing campaigns that really are through channels other than the internet. Traditional marketing is going to be things like a print brochure at your target market's conference, for example, or it's going to be snail mail when you send thank you cards or something of holiday cards, something of that nature. It could also be considered networking, which is really important. So, all right, there's also visual marketing. Visual marketing is the brand ID of your practice. This is the image of your practice, right? And so this is going to be your colors, your fonts. This is the visual. When you're not there to represent your practice, this visual brand ID is there on your behalf, so to speak. And then, of course, there's email marketing. Now, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that one. Email marketing. It is a very cost-effective way to market your services, reaching out to prospective clients, reaching back to clients, all of those kinds of things. So email still is one of the strongest forms of marketing that we have at our fingertips. It really does, help to, if you're sending the right information, build trust with your clients or with future clients. It does increase website visits. And so if you have a really dynamic website, an email campaign is a great thing to do. It does ultimately, really, truly lead to more business. So now, all of these marketing activities, I think, work very well for mediators and arbitrators. Let's move on to advertising. Advertising is a marketing subset. It involves paying for the promotion. So that's going to be, for example, I can't think of anyone who's done it, but it would be, for example, a bus bench or a billboard. But it also could include a website. It could include placing an ad on Google, placing an ad in a periodical, right? All of those kinds of things. For the most part, I don't recommend that to my clients that they pay for advertising. I think it's kind of bad manners for us to do that. Some exceptions, again, would be if you are participating in an organization or association and you want to sponsor, for example, the appetizers table, or you're supporting someone by taking out some ad space, or you're offering an item for a silent auction, things of that nature, a little bit different. And they tend to be better received from us. So types of advertising, there's digital advertising. That's, like I said, paying for ad space on social media or in publications or on mobile apps or any sort of online space. Again, this is not something that I would recommend unless you are a firm, a roster, or doing something like promoting a book, for example. Traditional advertising is going to include advertisements of your practice in a magazine or a periodical. And, we've seen that a lot, but it could also be old-fashioned snail mail. There's ambient media, and ambient media, I think, does better. Ambient media is not necessarily the dominant of these forms, but I think it actually might be the stronger for us. Ambient media is when, for example, if you were the public speaker, or let's imagine that you are the presenter for Will Work for Food next week. And Will Work for Food, again, is going to promote itself, and it's going to promote you as the speaker on the website and on their social media. And then you get to do the same. You get to promote that you are the presenter for Will Work for Food on your website and on your social media. And that ambient marketing, that PR marketing that you get from being the speaker at Will Work for Food, that I think is probably the more powerful play for us. So PR, let's move on to PR really quickly. PR is public relations. Public relations, again, I think is our strong suit. It is not just the stronger of marketing activities for us, I think, but it's also, for the most part, generally the most cost effective for us to take advantage of. And it really does establish the potential relationship between us and potential clients. And that's why PR works so well. And a good PR campaign is kind of an unpaid, organic connection between a mediator and her practice and her prospective clients, to build brand awareness, to build awareness of our industry as a whole, and to build her credibility and authority on a particular practice specialty. Some of the best PR for marketing, or for mediators and arbitrators rather, again, is through that third-party credibility. So that's going to be a bar association, or Will Work for Food, or a corporation, or an educational institution, right? A third party is putting your information out. They're publishing your article. They've put you on their speakers series. They're promoting you, right? So you're not having to do it. And the goal, I think, for good public relation campaigns, it does differ practice to practice, industry to industry, culture to culture. But essentially what all good PR relies on is setting up a solid relationship between you and the influencer. So it's a solid relationship between you and the host of the podcast that you're a guest on, or the host of a video channel that you are a guest on, or the periodical that you've written an article for, etc. So I think that's where PR really pays off. And, because the organization, the influencer, they control their own marketing. They control their advertising messages. They pay for everything. They really do the heavy lifting, and you get the marketing vig for it. Now, obviously, you can't provide them a poor quality product, speech, article, etc. You do really have to hold up your end of the relationship. But it really does, for small business people, make better time sense and money management sense. And again, it does establish you as the credible authority. And I think that that's why it's so important. So the way I think that we best go about building PR is, again, looking for ways to build relationships with the institutions or the influencers that our primary target markets listen to, or read, or watch, or participate within. That's where you need to focus the bulk of your PR energies. Build a relationship with the organization, become the speaker, get published, network. You've really got to build those relationships. So, and all of those things, of course, work when you utilize or enhance or strengthen your social media presence. It's really important to be active on these platforms in a way that other mediators and arbitrators maybe aren't, but you need to engage the people that you're connected with, connect with more people, provide good, valuable content that, really resonates with them. And then on social media, of course, engage, be authentic, have conversations, start conversations, share information, really show up. So, all right. I've got a comment here from Marcia. Are you recording this so I can go back and listen again? Marcia, I do. I record Marketing Mondays, with the exception of last week's, because I was ill and that was not my best presentation. But if you go to YouTube and search my name, then you'll see the list of all of the various Marketing Mondays, short form videos, long form videos, all different kinds of videos. So Marcia, you can just go to YouTube and find all of these recorded programs, and then follow as long as, for as long as you like. You can binge watch over the holidays if you wish. So, all right, well, that is it for me for Marketing Monday. Advertising versus marketing versus PR, they do all play a really great role in a mediator or an arbitrator building a successful practice. Now it's up to you to sit down, open up your calendar for next year, and think about which of those activities you're going to pursue and how you're going to do that and on what platform. Get it all mapped out and ready to go for 2023. You're going to do great. I have all the confidence in the world in you. That's it for me for today's Marketing Monday. I really appreciate you joining me. All right. Let's see. Oh, Paul. Last week was very useful despite the obvious issues. Thank you, Paul. That's very generous of you. I will re-record that content and put it up on the YouTube channel for us so that we can go back and watch it again. Well, that's it. Thanks very much. Have a great Monday. I wish you all the best.